Unbelievable! You were never cut out to be CEO. I'm done. Goodbye.
I started my own company again. I'm being extra careful this time to make it succeed.
Wait. You're a CEO again?
Leave the company to me from now on, senpai.
Why would you do this? I'm Yugo Onzen. 29, I was the president of a consulting firm. Up until just now. The one who called a board meeting to corner me was Mitsuhide Amochi. The three of us founded the company together, equal shares, equal investment. But since I led the launch and was older than the others, I ended up as the CEO. Let's give it our all and make this work together. The company got off the ground fast, and we even exceeded our goal in year 1, but I'm fine living frugal if it means we can build solid retained earnings for the next 20 or 30 years.
We took a risk leaving a major firm. If we're not making more than before, what's the point? Our executive pay should reflect ourselves.
What matters most is strengthening the company. Wearing a luxury watch is totally out of line.
Buying nice watches or cars keeps me motivated. Just leave me alone.
By year 3, arguments like this had become routine, with the third member always siding with Mitsuhide. Still, I never thought he'd actually convince a board meeting just to oust me. I technically have the right to stay on as a board member, but after that betrayal, there's no way I'm working with them again.
I figured you'd say that, Yugo. So I made a point of holding a proper board vote.
Yo, buy out my shares, right?
Of course. Thanks for everything up to now.
And just like that, I got screwed over by Mitsuhide and forced out of the company I built. And then...
What? You're not just out as CEO, you're unemployed? What the hell?
Once everything was finalized, I called my girlfriend Hiroko Tsuzumaki and explained what had happened.
Wow. I didn't know you were so hot-headed. Unemployed? Seriously? That's pathetic.
Sure, I probably lost my cool after getting betrayed and provoked by someone I trusted. I do believe I'll bounce back, but I know this makes things tough. So if you're not okay with it...
I don't want excuses. If you're dating me, why didn't you think about the future before you acted? If there was conflict, sucking it up and going along is part of the playing the game, right? Ugh! Unbelievable! You were never cut out to be CEO. I'm done. Goodbye.
I was going to say we should break up if she couldn't deal with it, but she dumped me before I could even finish. So now, I'd lost both my job and my girlfriend. Welcome to rock bottom. What the hell do I do now? I came to my favorite bar for a change of pace, sipping my favorite local sake and mulling things over. Lately, I've been into sake from Nagasaki. Tonight, I chose a fruity one called Nagasaki Bijin.
Master, I'll have the Nagasaki Bijin.
Then I heard a woman a few seats away order the same thing, and I couldn't help but glance over. You into local sake?
Huh? Oh yeah, it's a local one I grew up with, so I'm used to the taste. It's from Nagasaki, actually. Wait, are you drinking the same one?
Yeah, I'm actually from Nagasaki myself.
Oh, what a coincidence. I know there are other folks from Nagasaki out there, but you don't run into them often in Tokyo.
Smiling over the chance meeting, we introduced ourselves. Her name was Mitsuki Isahaya.
Wait, you got your company taken from you?
As we chatted over drinks, we really hit it off. Before we knew it, we dropped the formalities and started swapping personal stories. Yeah, well, more like a step down in the end, but yeah, it got taken from me.
So now you're unemployed. Got any leads?
Honestly, no. I don't have anything lined up. But I'm thinking of starting another business. It's always been my dream to have my own company.
Wow, being able to keep dreaming even after what you've been through. That's impressive.
People always say I'm too carefree, but I've been pretty shaken this time. That's why I came out to drink. Then I met you, Mitsuki, and got to talk. It's made me feel a little lighter.
I'm glad I could help.
That night really refreshed me. I started feeling like I could move forward again. Evening. Fancy running into you again. After that, I jumped right into preparing for a second shot at launching a business. And on weekends, I kept running into Mitsuki at the bar, even when we haven't planned it. Thanks to her, I've got the motivation to move forward again. Just because you get betrayed once doesn't mean you give up. That's why I was thinking of finding new partners. Just as I started to say that, Mitsuki's expression darkened a bit and she spoke.
If possible, I think being alone is better. Not after what happened. Sometimes, it's just easier not to trust anyone than to be betrayed.
Mitsuki runs an online store selling Nagasaki specialty goods, always out making connections herself. From her tone and face, I could tell she'd been through a lot to get where she was. But there's a limit to what you can do alone. And wouldn't it help to have someone to talk to?
Huh?
I've been through betrayal myself, and I don't want anyone I care about to feel that same pain. So I'd never betray you, Mitsuki. And if I can help in any way, even just as someone to talk to, I'd like to be that.
You go. Thank you. Then, would you keep me company a little longer tonight?
I can't know everything she's been through, but maybe, just maybe, I can understand a little piece of it. Time passed. It's been almost a year since I launched my new consulting firm. If anything's unclear, don't hesitate to ask me. I've got 2 team members and a few interns. No senior hires yet. But teaching from scratch has broadened my own perspective.
Sorry for the short notice. Was work okay?
Now Mitsuki and I talk all the time. We go out to eat more often too. Totally fine. So what's up?
Well... Actually, it's kind of embarrassing, but I think I got scammed by a shady company.
What? A scam? What kind?
It's okay, really. The damage is pretty minor, so don't worry.
No, it's not about the amount. Tell me everything.
Thanks. You know those online ads about boosting traffic through CEO? One of them claimed it was completely performance-based, so I signed up for that.
There are tons of companies out there offering SEO services to boost traffic. Most of them require a 6 months to 1 year contract. And due to how the internet works, it's impossible to guarantee results up front. But if it's performance-based and you only pay if results are delivered, that makes it easier to commit. So it works by increasing the payment as traffic goes up. That's a pretty new model.
Exactly. My shop sales have been stagnating, and I wanted to shake things up. Guess it's true. You really can't trust people so easily. Life's tough.
Just when she started opening up and trusting me, this happens. I was frustrated, like it had happened to me. It's okay, Mitsuki. I'll help you figure this out.
Thank you, Yuko.
I wanted to do whatever I could for her, so I asked her to explain everything in more detail.
So the company just vanished with 0 results delivered.
Then at least you didn't lose money. Doesn't seem like it qualifies as a scam if there's no loss.
I did pay a 30,000 yen setup fee. It's not much, but it's not nothing either. Here's the company name.
Kikyo Corporation, huh? The moment I saw the name, a strange sense of deja vu hit me and I was speechless. A few weeks later, Mitsuki and I stood in front of an office door.
So, this is Kikyo Corporation?
Yeah, no doubt about it. After losing contact with the shady company, Mitsuki found no office at the listed address. So I used a few connections to track it down.
I'm sorry for dragging you into this. It's my business, so I should handle it.
Don't worry about it. If it went along, it might be dangerous. I smiled at Mizuki, who didn't want to burden me further, and reached for the door.
What? You go onsen?
Long time no see, President Amochi. Never thought we'd meet again, just over a year later. Standing there was my ex-colleague who had ousted me from my own company. This wasn't our old office though. Must have had to relocate for some reason. Where's everyone else? The once full office now had only a single desk, presumably his. No desks, no shelves, just one sad workspace and a computer.
They're out doing sales.
There's only one chair here. You're working alone, aren't you? At my words, Amochi clenched his fists in frustration.
Come on. Ever since you left, our revenue's been tanking. I didn't expect so many clients to say, if Yugo Onzen's gone, we're not continuing the contract. Everyone started quitting one by one, now it's just me.
So that's when you resorted to set up fee scams.
How do you know that?
Because the woman standing next to me is one of your victims.
What?
So you didn't run the scam through this company directly. You set up a dummy corporation. There was no company name I recognized on the card Mizuki had. But the address matched our old office. And the name Kikyo. That brought you to mind. Back when we founded the company, we still trusted each other.
How about calling a Kikyo Corp? Sounds cool, right?
Amochi suggested that name. It lost a vote, but I remembered how obsessed he was with it. Pretending to be an SEO consulting firm to scam people. Seriously? What are you doing?
I had no choice. I couldn't keep up with the payments. I needed money, damn it. But I didn't have the guts for big-time scams. So I came up with this instead.
Collect small setup fees from tons of clients so they won't bother filling police reports. And since it's performance-based, they'll just assume it didn't work out and forget they paid anything. Meanwhile, I don't do any real work and I pocket the fees. You've always been clever, Amochi. But to use that for fraud? Pathetic. You should have used your talents for real work.
Kicking you out was the beginning of the end. I had no way out. Miss, you can turn me in to the cops or whatever. I'm done running.
Amochi bowed deeply to Mizuki, completely drained. He looked utterly defeated. Mizuki's eyes reflected a deep, complex emotion.
I've always kept people at arm's length. Because the more you trust someone, the worse it hurts if they betray you. This just proves again that trusting people only leads to trouble.
Mizuki. She's always chosen to walk alone. Because being betrayed was worse than being lonely. And that choice came from a past she couldn't forget. Back before she ran her online store, Mizuki owned a small regional restaurant in Nagasaki. She cooked. Her friend handled service and accounting. Mizuki saw her as a true partner, but then...
Why? Why would you do this? I trusted you!
Her friend started dating a customer to pay off his debts. She stole money from the restaurant and disappeared.
I'm so sorry.
She returned the exact amount, but Mizuki's heart had already shut down.
If I'm just going to be betrayed again, then I'm better off alone. I met someone like that, Yugo. Someone who, even after being betrayed, still chooses to trust again and move forward. I thought, wow, that's strength. That's cool, because it's something I could never do.
Mitsuki.
When I told him I'd been scammed, Yugo did everything he could to help. I don't know why you betrayed someone as caring as Yugo, but thanks to you, I now believe I can trust him.
While Mochi hangs his head in shame, Mitsuki looked satisfied. She must have carried that inner conflict for a long time. Amochi, it may only be 30,000 yen, but that doesn't make it legally or morally excusable. Most people wouldn't be as forgiving as Mitsuki. Face your action and make things right. Just as I said that, and thought things were finally over.
There you are! I paid a setup fee because you said my traffic would increase. Nothing's changed.
No, that's...
Another angry victim showed up. Can't say he didn't deserve it. And as if that wasn't enough, it turned out to be my ex-girlfriend, Hiroko. Someone I never thought I'd see again.
If your traffic goes up, your follower count increases, and on social media, followers are everything. It helps you flex on your friends, and your odds of meeting a hot guy goes up. So how are you gonna make this right?
I'm sorry. If there's been no results, I'll refund your setup fee.
Forget the refund, just get my traffic up. I haven't had a single good...
Mid-sentence, Hiroko stops, mouth agape, she finally notices me.
Why are you here, Yugo? Are you in on this scam too?
Hardly. Though I am surprised you're one of the victims. Wait, were you trying to boost your personal social media? To meet a good guy?
So what? There aren't any decent men around, okay? How about you? What are you up to lately?
I started my own company again. I'm being extra careful this time to make it succeed.
Wait. You're a CEO again?
Hiroko's eyes lit up in an instant. I had a very bad feeling about this.
Hey! Why don't we try again? Back then, you told me out of the blue you were jobless. I freaked out, that's all.
Sorry, but that's never gonna happen.
Why not? Oh, I get it. We just ran into each other, so you're not emotionally ready, right?
No, that's not it. I want a relationship where we support and encourage each other. The moment I lost my job, you bailed. That kind of bond doesn't exist between us.
That's not true, Yugo. I've changed since then. Just hear me out.
As she kept insisting on whatever she wanted, Mitsuhide stepped in.
Let's move forward with the refund process. This way, please.
Hey! Don't get in the way. This is more important than...
Like a child throwing a tantrum, Hiroko was dragged away as Mitsuhide guided her to a corner. He signaled us to go where we had the chance, so Mitsuki and I quietly left. Eventually, the number of victims from Amochi's shady practices exceeded 100. Even if the amounts were small, those affected were mostly people who needed business support. Of course, they wouldn't just let it go. Naturally, the company couldn't stay afloat and folded. After paying restitution to all victims, Amochi began showing up at my office every day to beg.
Please let me see President Onzen. I want a chance to start over from zero.
As for the other former execs and staff, some couldn't even land interviews. Others scraped by doing daily labor. It was rough all around. And to make things worse, someone else started showing up every day to pester us too.
Please, Yugo, just talk to me. I'm not who I used to be. I've changed, please.
Okay, let's yell together. Ready? 1, 2. President, please just give us a chance to talk. We're begging you.
Needless to say, I had no intention of reconciling with either of them. And yes, I called the cops immediately after. You know, it'd be such a waste not to use those cooking skills. What do you say? Want to open a restaurant? Not long after, Mitsuki and I officially started dating. I was always blown away by her cooking.
Thanks. I'd like to try. But because of my past, working with someone else still scares me.
I figured you'd say that. So I put together a plan. Want to hear it? A small shop that sells Nagasaki specialty goods by day and serves regional foodies at Kaya style at night. It's a hybrid of retail and dining, sized so one person can handle it. I used my experience from food industry consulting and tailored a plan to suit her personality.
Yeah, it actually sounds like a wonderful shop. Thank you, Yuko.
With your cooking skills, we'll be just fine. I'd love to help out at the shop whenever I can. Getting betrayed hurts. Being alone might feel safer. I understand why some people think that way. But Mitsuki overcame her trauma and accepted me as her partner. So now, I want to prove through my own life that there are people who won't betray you.
She called me out to the empty emergency staircase and cut to the chase, but I couldn't just accept it at face value. Then, one day, as I arrived at the station near our office for an appointment, Izumi? There she was, swaying unsteadily on the landing of the stairs.
Last month's performance rankings are out. First place goes to Takatsuki, second place to Izumi, and third place to Mino. As a team, Section 2 under manager Kishiwada has the best results. Keep up the good work this month, everyone.
With Director Kashiwabara's words of encouragement, the meeting was dismissed. I'm Shunsuke Takatsuki, 29 years old, working in the sales department of a major system development management company. Thanks to my constant efforts, I've maintained the top sales performance for the past 6 months.
I worked so hard this time!
The one biting her lip in frustration beside me is Akari Izumi, my colleague and rival, competing with me in sales since we joined the company. Ha! Too bad. Looks like I won again.
Ugh, so annoying!
If you want to admit defeat, now's your chance. I mean, I've been number 1 for 6 months straight.
What did you say? Enjoy your time at the top while you can. Next time, I'm taking first place for sure. With that determined declaration, she returned to her seat. Watching her retreat, I narrowed my eyes before heading back to my own desk. Daigo leans in and speaks quietly to Shunsuke. Shunsuke glares at him.
You know, she's gonna seriously hate you one day.
The one whispering to me as I sat down was Daigo Mino, another colleague who joined with us.
You're really gonna make Izumi hate you, man.
As I returned to my seat, a voice muttered a warning beside me. It was Daigo Mino, another one of my fellow recruits. Yeah, I act like this, but the truth is, I have feelings for Izumi. Yeah, but it's been like this since we started.
If you suddenly got all nice, she'd probably get creeped out. You better watch it, or she'll get fed up with you.
Who the hell's a tsundere? Is this a love story or what? Don't slack off just because your numbers are good. Stay focused. That's Joichiro Kishiwada, our direct manager, and the youngest in company history to make manager at 32.
You all seem to be having fun. I wonder which of you will take the next step and become the next section manager.
That's Director Kumi Kashiwabara, always smiling, but with a fearsome reputation when angry. Yeah, if I let my guard down, I might lose my position. With that thought, I threw myself into another busy month of chasing sales. One night, when I returned from a late sales visit, I found Izumi still at her desk. Good work. Staying late?
Yeah, I have to be number 1 next time. Weren't you supposed to go home straight from the client?
Yeah, but I'm heading straight there tomorrow, so I wanted to grab an extra contract just in case. Akari doesn't even glance at me. Then, Daigo's words from before suddenly come to mind. Hey, Izumi, I like you.
Oh, really? Wait, what?
A few seconds passed before she processed what I said. Then, with her work halted, she turned to look at me, her face as red as a tomato.
What the hell?
Sorry, it just felt like the right time. I figured I should be honest, and before I knew it, I was saying it out loud.
You can't just say something like that out of nowhere.
She lowered her head, visibly embarrassed. Seeing her reaction, I let out the breath I hadn't even realized I was holding. You don't have to answer me right away, just think about it.
Okay.
Thanks. get some rest. With that, I left the office, feeling strangely refreshed. Morning.
Good morning.
The next day, after finishing my morning sales visit, I arrived at the office to find Izumi greeting me, her face still flushed. Yeah, I didn't confess on a whim. I had a reason to believe I stood a chance. This is a good sign, right? There was hope. Even with some lingering nerves, I felt sure of it. But, Izumi, I need to ask about this client.
Oh, that one.
A few days later, her attitude suddenly changed. Where she had obviously been flustered before, now she was distant and indifferent. Got it. Thanks. She's not the type to let personal feelings affect work, so it wasn't disrupting anything. But I couldn't hide my confusion. Daigo noticed immediately.
What happened? Weren't things looking good? Feels like you're back to square one.
No idea. Did I do something wrong? I couldn't think of anything. Then, a week later, during lunch,
About my answer. I'm rejecting you.
she called me out to the empty emergency staircase and cut to the chase. But I couldn't just accept it at face value. Is this why you've been acting distant? Did I do something?
Don't flatter yourself. I just don't like you.
Got it.
So that's that. Don't talk to me outside of work.
Then, just like that, she walked away. I lost my appetite and slid down onto the steps, unable to move.
Well, you were always kinda cold. Guess you gotta give up.
After lunch break, I bought a nutrition bar from the vending machine. Daigo casually threw an arm around my shoulder. You were watching?
Haha, don't be mad. I just overheard. Damn though, that was a brutal rejection.
This bastard. He's enjoying this. All right, settle down. Get back to work.
Got it. Time to get going.
With my coworker more entertained than sympathetic, I had no choice but to focus on work. Was she right? Was I just full of myself? But her attitude right after I confessed, it didn't sit right, but I'd been rejected. No point in overthinking now. Would I be able to move on? With no place for these overwhelming feelings to go, I let out a long, heavy sigh.
I sincerely apologize. This was my oversight.
Again? Maybe I should just give up completely. For days, I tried to solidify that resolve, but I couldn't. Because ever since she rejected me, Izumi had been making an unusual number of mistakes.
Yes, I'll make sure this never happens again. Izumi, what's going on with you? This isn't like you. I'm sorry. I won't let it happen again. You always say that, but the client doesn't care about your excuses.
Now, director. I'll keep an eye on her. Let's not be too harsh. Watching her slump even further under the director's reprimand, I couldn't shake my concern.
You're not gonna help her, Mr. Top Sales?
Without any awareness of my frustration, he shows up again. I wish he'd use his provocation skills elsewhere. Even if I wanted to, there's nothing I can do. Whenever I try to talk to her, she makes it obvious she doesn't want me to.
Cold, man. I guess I'll go comfort her instead then.
I couldn't support her. I couldn't even offer advice. The frustration ate away at me. Then, one day, as I arrived at the station near our office for an appointment, Izumi? There she was, swaying unsteadily on the landing of the stairs. No, I won't make it in time. Ugh. I rushed forward and managed to catch her just as she lost her balance. Luckily, I took the impact, preventing her from hitting the ground directly. Izumi, are you okay?
Huh? Takatsuki?
Thank God. Are you hurt anywhere?
No, I'm fine. Wait, are you okay?
I think I'm alright, but we both fell. Better go to the hospital just in case. I called for an ambulance, and we were taken in for examination. After a thorough CT and MRI scan, neither of us had any major injuries. I was released after the checkup, but since Izumi had fainted from dizziness, they admitted her for further tests.
Takatsuki, really thank you. If you hadn't caught me, I might have...
I'm just glad you're okay.
What? Takatsuki?
My heart almost stopped. It was like you were under a spotlight, moving in slow motion, slipping off the stairs. They say when your life is in danger, time slows down. That's exactly how it felt. So warm. I can hear her heartbeat. She's alive. Thank God. Thank God.
Takatsuki, Izumi, Takatsuki, are you alright?
Just as she was about to say something, the hospital room door burst open. We quickly pulled apart. An ambulance ride? What happened?
I rushed over from my client meeting. Looks like neither of you are seriously hurt. Thank goodness.
After we arrived, I had informed Director Kashiwabara about the accident. Seems like the three of them had dropped everything to come. I'm fine, just some bruises on my back and elbows.
I apologize for worrying everyone. I have to stay for tests, but I'm okay. That's a relief. We were really worried.
This might be a good chance to take some time off and rest. You must be exhausted.
Don't worry. I'll handle your workload while you're gone. But if I surpass you in rankings, sorry in advance.
Not the time for that. The manager and director both scolded him, and laughter filled the room. For a while, the hospital room was filled with cheerful conversation before the three left to return to work. A week later, Izumi returned to work after recovering.
Sorry for the trouble. I'm feeling great now, so I'll make up for the lost time.
She seemed refreshed, as if a weight had been lifted. Everyone in the department celebrated her return, and her attitude toward me was back to normal. However, not everyone was happy. One particular individual, looking visibly displeased, called Izumi out under the pretense of discussing work, leading her to an empty meeting room. Why didn't I realize sooner? What are you doing? Oh dear, what's wrong? I'm just having an important conversation with Izumi. I'm afraid I must ask you to leave. The one speaking with an insincere smile was Manager Kishiwada. As I appeared, I noticed Izumi's shoulders ease just slightly. Is my presence a problem? Like, say, discussing her mother's hospitalization?
My mother has cancer. My father passed away early, so I'm the only one who can take care of her. Her cancer is too advanced for surgery. She needs specialized treatment. There's only one hospital in Japan offering that radiation therapy. But politicians and celebrities get priority. In this hopeless situation, I happened to find someone with connections. Thanks to them, my mother was admitted, but the condition was that I became his girlfriend. I wanted to answer your confession, Takatsuki, but before I could, he gave me that condition. I just wanted to save my mother.
You must have been terrified. You must have suffered. It's okay now. I'll do something. Who is this man? So, you talked. The moment he realized I knew everything, Kishiwada's demeanor completely changed. So this is your true nature. I never imagined you'd stoop so low as to use someone's life as leverage to pressure a woman. Call it an arrangement. Blackmail is such an ugly word. When you exploit someone's desperation to force compliance, that is blackmail. What you've done to Izumi is clearly coercion, and you do realize the legal consequences, don't you? Wait. You sure you want to say that to me? I could tell my father, the director of the cancer center. If I do, Izumi's mother's treatment could be affected. You still want to go through with this? Even now, you're still trying to threaten us? Yes, his father was the director of the cancer center. That's why Izumi's mother was admitted so easily. While his much older brother became a doctor and took over the hospital, Kishiwada, who couldn't even get into medical school, used his father's influence to land a job at our company, which had a major system contract with the hospital. You're called the youngest section manager in company history, but I bet the higher-ups just didn't want to upset your father. I'm ashamed I didn't see you for what you were sooner. Shut up. It's too late for apologies now. I'll tell my father. Ha! You're repaying my kindness with betrayal? You're gonna regret. Shut up. Repaying kindness with betrayal? Huh. Don't make me laugh. Huh? You held someone's life hostage just to get close to her. It's not kindness, it's blackmail. Izumi was clearly not herself. One mistake after another. Then she nearly fell down the stairs. Do you get it? You almost killed her. You were never her lover. And if you make her suffer anymore, I'll make sure you regret it for the rest of your life. Yeah, you bastard. His legs had given out. He sat there trembling before scrambling back away from me, spitting as he screamed. I won't forgive this. Without me, her mother can't get treatment. In the end, you're powerless. You're gonna be the reason the woman you love loses the most important person in her life. And you. How dare you rat me out? You broke our agreement the moment you talked. I'll tell my father right now.
Go ahead. I'd actually appreciate it if you discharged her.
For the first time, Izumi spoke up. Her composed demeanor and words made Kishiwada's face twitch uncontrollably. Huh, quit bluffing.
It's not a bluff. I found another hospital. I refused to be under your control, so I searched for alternatives. I was losing sleep over it, which probably caused all those mistakes. I didn't know who to turn to, so I took a chance and asked the doctors at the cancer center for a second opinion. They agreed immediately, and even wrote a referral. Oh, and your brother helped too.
What?
Unlike you, he's a decent person. You should be grateful to have such a competent brother. My mother still needs advanced treatment. That hasn't changed. But thanks to the second opinion, we found that a single type of radiation therapy would be enough. That made it much easier to find another hospital. All the paperwork is done. Now we just have to transfer her when she's well enough.
Grr.
No more telling me not to talk to Takatsuki. No more ordering me to send him away when he's visited. I'm done.
Izumi took a deep breath.
I love Takatsuki. Not you. Even if I didn't love him, you'd be the last man on Earth I'd choose. This fake relationship ends here. I'm reporting everything you did to the company, so prepare yourself.
With a refreshed expression, she turned to me, and I smiled back. I patted her head lightly as if to say, well done, then left the pathetic man behind and returned to the office. Afterward, Izumi and I gathered evidence and reported Kishiwada's actions to the company. Since he got in through nepotism, there was a small chance the higher-ups would try to sweep things under the rug. But once Izumi spoke up, others followed. Victims of Kishiwada's harassment started coming forward.
I refused to go drinking with him, and he took it as an insult. He never gave me any work after that.
I lent him money because of his gambling addiction. He never paid me back, no matter how much I asked.
He kept pressuring me to date him. When I rejected him, he started showing up at my house. Please help me.
Power harassment, sexual harassment, financial trouble, the list went on. Even the higher-ups, who had been hesitant to act out of consideration for his father, could no longer ignore it. No, I swear, I'm being framed. Why won't you believe me? I'll tell my father. You sure you want to do this? Once the executives got serious, his threats meant nothing. Kishiwada was fired for multiple violations of company policy. The news of his dismissal reached his father, the cancer center's director, immediately. You idiot. You couldn't become a doctor, so I found you a prestigious job through my connections. And this is how you betray me? Meanwhile, the company refused to renew its system contract with the cancer center. Only after multiple apologies from the director did they agree to reconsider. Dad, I can explain. Enough. You caused trouble at work. And now I learn you tried to blackmail a woman into dating you? I'm putting you under strict supervision for life. His father, at least, was a respectable doctor. My son's actions were inexcusable. I sincerely apologize. On the day of Izumi's mother's transfer, the director and his eldest son personally came to apologize. They promised to keep the younger son away forever and offered their full support if the new hospital posed any issues. With that, Izumi regained her bright personality. She made no more mistakes and was back in top form.
This month, I'm finally taking first place from you.
Ha, we'll see. I won't make it easy for you.
Man, aren't you guys dating now? You two don't seem any different.
Yes, after all that, we officially became a couple. But rivalry is rivalry. Sorry, Daigo. For a second, I actually thought you were the mastermind behind all this.
What? That's messed up. You didn't have to say that out loud.
He kept provoking me just to push me into action. Maybe that's his way of being honest. Still working late?
Yeah, I just wanted to finish up these reports.
That evening, when I returned to the office after visiting a client, Izumi was still there working. I placed something on her desk. Then here, a little something for you.
Huh?
I heard you were working late again. You wanted to try this place, right? I didn't come back for work. I came back because she told me she'd be staying late. Good work today. I'll wait, so let's go home together.
Yeah, thanks.
We're still rivals at work, but in our private lives, we support each other. Her smile was dazzling. If I can keep seeing that smile, I'll keep doing my best.